6.5 is finally here. After 6 long months of waiting, the immensely hyped update has at long last arrived at the shores of Isla Spiro, and with it, many changes to the game that we all know and love. From a complete engine overhaul to 4 new exciting dinos and everything in between, this new wave of content is something that most of us has been waiting for. And with all these new toys to play with, I decided to make something different. Usually I reserve myself in only doing discussion or analysis videos about the isle, but this week I decided to take on a challenge. With the game now in Unreal Engine 5, its performance improved drastically, so much in fact that my sorry ass of a PC can finally run it again after being incapable of doing so since update 3. And to celebrate it, I'm recording my very first experience playing 6.5 for the first time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this cinematic journey of a Lone Ceratosaurus in Evrima. Isla Spiro. Sometimes we forget how beautiful this map can be. My starting point was important. Picking an overpopulated area would make my life a lot harder from the get-go. I ended up spawning on the northwest side of the island. Seemed like a safe place to start. Oh yes, look at those FPS. Feels good, man. Anyway, having a quick look at my surroundings, I immediately set my priorities. Food. Doesn't matter what. Right now I needed to find a source as soon as possible. I detect a corpse on my right, deep in the forest, and I start running. Being a juvenile means my stamina pool is pretty large and capable of moving throughout the island for an extensive period of time, and I intended to do just that as much as possible during my early stages of growth to find as much food as I can. Shortly after entering the jungle, I find a river and start following it. The corpse is getting closer, but being near the water is a bad sign. Deinosuchus navigates these waters pretty frequently, and the last thing I want is to be a snack for those big boys. Fortunately for me, there weren't any crocs in the area, so I was safe for now. I used scent once again. The corpse looks to be on the other side of the river, so I took my chances and I crossed it. That's when I realized that the corpse was actually at the bottom of the river. Unlucky for me, but I have to keep going forward. I have no time to lose. I'm at my most vulnerable state right now. I can't hunt anything, everything can kill me, and my food is running low, so I need to use my speed, stamina and stealth to my best ability in order to survive during this crucial stage of my growth. I keep following the river, but at a much safer distance this time, until I find the first sign of life. Another Sarah. This one was bigger than me, and that is a problem. Unlike most carnivores, Ceratosaurus doesn't get affected by rotten meat nor the meat of their own kind, which means that to them, I was as much of a meal as any other dinosaur on this island. So I hid myself and waited for them to leave the area. I had the high ground when I spotted them, so it is unlikely that they saw me, but I need to keep my guard up, otherwise my journey will end a lot sooner than I intended. I let a few minutes go by and I crossed the river. While getting out there, for a split second I noticed a prompt saying hold E to eat. That means food, but where is it? I try to reposition myself again and again so I can see the prompt reappear. And I did, but I still can't see what it is. I pressed G to grab whatever is below me, and a dead compy. Well, food is food. This might give me some extra minutes anyway. I sent again, and oh, look! carbs. Food is great, but nutrients is even better. And since it was the first thing to pop up, that means that it's also the closest. So I wasted no time and beeline to it. Once I arrived, the body was deformed beyond recognition. But what matters is that it's dead and it's all mine. Another Sarah. This one is roughly the same size as I am, so at least I had a chance against it. Fortunately, they friendly called and started eating alongside me, so they are not an immediate danger to me. Besides, this body was huge and more than enough for the both of us, so I didn't mind sharing it. This corpse was a great find. It filled both my stomach and my bacteria to the max, as well as my nutrients. This was a massive step to success. All I needed to do now was to stay alive. I finished my meal, took all the Sarah back, and off I went to the deeper parts of the forest. My size is perfect to hide inside the dense jungle despite my skin being a bit on the brighter side. After running for a while, I stop on a big cluster of bushes, sit down, and I rest for a good bit. My current nutrition gives me both growth rate and stamina regen, two very valuable modifiers for me at the moment. The faster I grow, the sooner I'm capable of defending myself. This is a very safe place to pass the time and grow, so I lay down and I rest for a while. Night begins to fall. With the darkness approaching, I'm able to walk more freely through the jungle due to the limited vision. However, distant true-dawn noises make me alert. I'm not alone in this area anymore. I go to a river to drink some water for the first time in my adventure. 0 crocs so far. Not sure if it's me being lucky or if this is not being a particular populated place. Nevertheless, I must stay cautious. 1 second is all they need to finish me off. I sense some food close to me. Well, might as well. I should not waste any opportunities I come across when I'm this vulnerable. And it's in the water again. No matter. I'm still pretty full. I can handle some time. But for my next few hours, my top priority is both safety and sustenance. It will take me a long time until I'm capable of hunting anything on my own, so for now I need to scavenge as much as possible. That big body was an enormous help. The growth speed is already showing its signs. My back is starting to become darker. I will be an adolescent pretty soon at this rate. However, my luck began to run out. During my search, I ended up in the big clearance. Troodon calls surrounded me like a horde of rats waiting for their opportunity to strike. I quickly hide in a thick bush close to me. I'm well hidden still, but my stealth capabilities will eventually fade away as my body grows. This will most likely be the first and last night that I will be able to hide this well. The calls were getting too close to my liking, so I rapidly ran away to a more distant location. With the tension tuned down, I sent some nutrients. Lipids this time. My curiosity takes the best of me, and I leave my temporary hideout looking for it. A deer. That was way too close. Eating right now would make too much noise and certainly alert the Troodons in the vicinity. I take the safer approach and leave the area for a brief moment in hopes those pesky rats go away. I hear movement right next to me. I freeze for a second. The situation is getting worse. This tall vegetation might hide me well enough to not be noticed, but at this point there's no telling if I want. The tension rises. I don't know what else is in this jungle, but whatever it is, it's more than probable that it could easily kill a mere juvenile like myself. Hiding and hoping for the best was my only option. They are still close, but moving further west. If I want to eat that deer, it has to be now. I run towards it, eat it as fast as I can, and I get the hell out of there. That wasn't very worth the risk, but at least it kept my hunger low for longer. That area of the jungle was starting to become overly crowded with Troodons and Omnis, so I decided to leave that zone for good and find another place to spend the rest of the night. I reach another river, use scent once again, and it scents both protein and lipids close by. With enough luck, I can find them without being detected. I cross the river safely for the third time, and I continue my journey to the forbidden nutrients. Protein was in the open field, way too dangerous for me. Those lipids though, they are still in the jungle. The choice was made. Lipids it is. The sound of Troodons is both unnerving and annoying, never truly knowing which one I dislike the most. Sadly, they are not the only problem now. A pack of Omnis bark uncomfortably close to the forest. I must proceed with caution. At this size, I may be a threat to the little rats, but to raptors I would be nothing more than a quick meal. I keep myself hidden for a moment, waiting for them to make more noise. Hopefully further away from me. Nothing. Almost complete silence. Are they eating? Did they walk away? Are they simply resting? All those questions flow through my mind while patiently waiting for an answer to arrive. A few minutes have passed and still no noise. I need to get moving. Waiting too long won't do me any favors, so I locate my lipids and continue. And it's in the water. Again. Jesus Christ, people must really like drowning around these parts, huh? Well, that was the waste of time. I drink some more water and off I go to the opposite direction that Carno is going. Good lord, I'm not getting rest tonight. I cross the river yet again, and right now my food is starting to run low. I need to find more ASAP. I locate some bones nearby. That should do. On my way, I discover a very particular fish. Sadly, its scales were way too strong to my young and weak mouth, so I was unable to kill it. Yeah, that must be it. Things begin to look desperate. Even my bacteria is starting to decline alongside my nutrients. If I don't find any meat soon, I risk starving myself to death. I sent some nutrients. Even if it is in a dangerous area, I need to go as soon as possible. Huh. A baby Carno. The body is intact. Must have fallen from the cliff, most likely. This will feed me well enough. I hear movement on my left and I quickly run away. Couldn't even finish my meal. Still, I'm maxed on nutrients and with a pretty filled belly. More than enough for a long time. With my stomach satisfied, I drink some water, find a nice and quiet place to lay down, I put my Cerato asleep, and finish my session for the day. My Cerato is now 54% grown. I'm still vulnerable to most things, but at least the scaly rats aren't as much of a threat anymore. I think. This area has no food, so I need to get out of here to find some. On my way down, I hear crocs for the first time, telling me to look somewhere else. That was when I found my first opponent. A pig. The rats are too close to me. Engaging with a boar would do nothing more than just get attention from unwanted guests, so I simply run past it. Fortunately for me, I'm faster, so I had no issues in escaping. I reach a local river and drink some more. Even these young Ceratos have some very intimidating vocals. Even simple actions like drinking possess a very ferocious and savage tone to it. A very welcome improvement from Legacy in my opinion. Slowly my instincts begin to interpret Trudons from danger to food. But my size and combat inexperience prevent me from turning my thoughts into actions. There won't be any fights tonight. "63%. I'm considered a young adult according to the profile. Still, I don't want to risk any unnecessary conflict if I can avoid it. I do notice my white markings showing up. My work is at last paying off. Soon I will be full grown and ready to hunt. But for now, let's keep scavenging. Finally something. It's basic food, but I'm way too low to care. There are growls everywhere, but I'm desperate for food at this point. Hopefully my current size will be enough to scare away whatever it is nearby. A pig. A dead one. It wasn't enough. I must consume more. Another pig. This is it. Here goes nothing. Oh. Well, that was easier than I thought. I'm not getting any nutrients out of it, but it's decreasing my hunger, and right now that's all I need to survive. However, it does seem that I have underestimated myself for a while. I'm not as weak as I thought I was, but I cannot let it get to me. Overconfidence can kill me just as easily as any skilled predator on this land. Another pig? How many are there? A goat. And this one actually gives me nutrients. Not enough, let's be honest, but it is a start. With my belly replenished, now was the time to move on. I'm not all that threatening yet, and my water also needs some attention. So off I went looking for a water source. Hopefully without alligators in it. I ended up finding a very shallow portion of a river. Probably the safest spot to drink. I was lucky. Or so I thought. Omniraptor. First time having visual contact with one. A single one wouldn't be too much of a threat to me. Ceratos have one of the best bleed resistances in the entire game. Only a pack of those would be dangerous to me. Sadly, they are too fast for me as well, so I can't hunt them either. So I decided to back off and find another route. The sun was finally rising. A very long time of darkness was fading at long last, and after 2 straight nights in Spiro, the very first golden beams of light hit the rigid skin of my almost fully grown Ceratosaurus. What an amazing model. Very happy with my skin too. Soon I will be strong and confident enough to hunt. But for now, let's get that diet into shape. After a long time of search, I found nothing. All my nutrients were gone, my stomach was lower than ever, things were getting dire. I might have to risk going to that corpse graveyard if I want to stay alive. With any luck, there's nothing there able to actually cause any serious harm. The situation is critical. I'm taking hunger damage. It is only a matter of time now until I succumb to starvation. If I don't find a way to get there soon, all this time and effort was for nothing. Finally I found it. The water is shallow and there are corpses everywhere. My FPS is beginning to complain, but I'm not. This is all I need to replenish myself. A dead young Omni. That will feed me up. After consuming the entire corpse, I take some time to refuel my thirst. However, this time, things won't be as easy. Deinosuchus. Small one. Hurt my FPS more than it hurt me, I have to say. Even though it's not that dangerous, the frames in this area are atrocious due to all the bodies laying around. I cannot fight at my best capability in these conditions. I will just take a quick drink and get out. That was not the same croc. I'm out of here. No idea how I managed to escape, but I'm glad I did. A bit over half health is not what I was expecting getting out of here with. I need to heal somewhere else safe. Well, that's not good. My nutrition is absolutely terrible. For now I'm focusing on regaining my health back, but after that I need to fix my diet. I'm at a huge disadvantage at the moment. I found another vast open area. This one also has food for grabs. It also sounds way calmer. Might have some peace at last. A small Carno flexing on me? Alright. There are a few other dinosaurs roaming around as well. None seem particularly dangerous or hostile, and my health is nearly fully recovered, so I let my guard down for now. Hopefully I won't regret this decision. Finally I found some nutrients outside of the field, and with the night approaching, I turn my night vision on and proceed. A dead Cerato. Quite a shame seeing my own kind dead, but food is food and those carbs will help my diet immensely. Almost managed to activate 2 slots, but for now, 1 is enough. I once again lay down, put my dino asleep, and log off for the day. Third day I log in still during daytime. Lucky me. I drink from the nearby river and I continue with my task of fixing my diet. Hopefully today I will be able to hunt something. The plains are still calm today. That's good news for me. The longer I stay alive, the more confident I become. I knew Ceratos were hungry bastards, but I wasn't expecting this much. Hopefully I find something worthy of a hunt soon. I see some carbs. That would be perfect to finish my second slot. I run towards it, anxious to improve my awful diet, and then... an omnipack. 6 at least, maybe more. I stop. Fleeing is out of the question. They are faster than me, they would easily catch me. My only chance is play defensive long enough for them to give up and leave. My bleed resistance is a great counter to their hit and run tactics, and due to my chuffing ability, all I need is to kill one of them to become even more resilient. As long as I play smart and defensive, I have a chance. I will let them attack first. My bites are extremely dangerous to them. With a bite force of 150, they will feel each hit I deal to them, and they will feel it hard, and my charge strikes can easily one-shot them. I'm by no means an easy prey, but their numbers are a serious threat to me. They pounce me multiple times. I try to buck them off. Not sure if it's working, but at least they don't stay on me for long. One of them is sitting down. It's my opportunity to attack. One down. My chuffing ability is activated. Omnis are pretty light, so the defense bonus isn't that great, but I need all the advantages I can take. Another one down. Their numbers are increasing. This is bad. If I continue at this rate, I will bleed out. At this moment, I realized that I won't get out alive from this encounter. My resistances are not high enough to handle all this bleed. More Omnis arrive. Their numbers never dwindle. Most of them are hurt, but now it is only a matter of time until I fall on my own. But I won't let myself die. No, not like this. I survived until now by hiding beneath the shadows, but that time is now over. I am no longer an underling. I am no longer a helpless scavenger. I am a warrior. And even on the brink of death, warriors will fight! And so was the end of my Cerato. A short-lived story from birth to death, on a never-ending pursuit for sustenance, an endless hunger that was never fully satiated. but at least it died the way I wanted it the most, in the heat of battle. Thank you so much for watching. This video was recorded on Littlefoot, a minimal rule server owned by Putin, another content creator, possessing many unique features built specifically for the server to enhance the player's experience, such as social score, kill feeds, real-time heat map monitoring, automated species control, and more. I personally enjoyed it quite a lot, and I think you will too. Go check it out and tell me in the comments what you think. A huge thank you to my Patreon supporters for supporting the channel and the content I create. If you wanna join the ranks, you can do so for only $1 a month, the link will be in the description. If you enjoyed this new format of gameplay content, please let me know. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and opinions down below, join our Discord server for memes and and stuff, and I hope to see you all next week.